Friends, it's Terry Gaines, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. Today I will be revealing the product behind door 12 of Stampin' Up's 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar and making a project with that product. The Advent Calendar comes with a stamp set that has 24 stamps. There's images and sentiments for many different occasions. The Advent Calendar is a beautiful box that opens up, and there's 12 doors. And behind each one of these doors is a never seen before product. It all coordinates together, goes beautifully with the stamp set. Each day I've revealed a product, paused the video, made a card, and started the video up again and made a project. So today I'm revealing the product behind door 12. I have to admit I'm re-recording this because I forgot to hit the record button. So I already have a sneak peek of what is behind door number 12. So I have already opened it up. I'm trying to preserve the box to repurpose it. Stay tuned. Hopefully in a few days I'll have a tutorial sharing that. So opening up door 12, there's some beautiful laser cut images and some textured white cardstock. So this is absolutely beautiful. Let me show you what is in here. So first we have some embossed 3x4 cards. They are cardstock weight. I'm not sure if it's going to show up on the camera, a beautiful floral design. It represents the designer series paper and also the stencils that have already been revealed. So 3 with that image or design and 3 with a small floral design. Beautiful textured paper. Inside here we have some beautiful die cuts. They are laser cut images. Let me show you all the details here. So we have some circles, and my guess is that is about I have a 2-inch punch here. That is about 2 inches, a 2-inch circle. And look at what we have here. We have some greenery, beautiful. Now these can be just as they are. You can add them to a project, or you can add color to these. And they are absolutely beautiful. Like I mentioned, I already got to see these. I was already surprised when I opened these. I sorted it, but I didn't hit the record. 2 of these, appears to be 4 of these, a handful, maybe 6 of those. Then we have these beautiful wreaths. They are absolutely beautiful. Delicate, very delicate. And 3 circles. Then we have some little tulip type flowers and these flowers that are also in the stencil in the designer series paper. Look at all these beautiful elements to create with. So what I'm going to do is pause the video, collect a few supplies. I'm thinking I'd like to use this one. I'm going to focus on that one and see how I can add color to that. So I'll be right back after I collect a few supplies. I'm back with a few supplies. I have an idea in mind. Hopefully it's going to work. So I'm going to use this beautiful wreath. I'm going to try coloring it with crushed curry, pretty in pink, and old olive ink. And I am going to layer it onto this texturized 3x4 piece that was in behind door number 12 as well. For camera purposes, I am going to color this on my silicone craft mat just so it's more visible on the camera. I also have some post-it notes here. So I think what I'll do is I'll just take some post-it notes, and I'm going to start by coloring the yellow flower, what I want yellow, or what I want with the crushed curry. Now, I probably would choose Daffodil Delight because that'll be a lighter color, but I made a commitment to use only basic white cardstock and minimal supplies for coloring in, or I should say for making these projects. The advent calendar is $99. That's a big investment, so I wanted to use minimal supplies. So that was my goal, and I'm trying to honor that. and I am at day 12. So far it's been good. So what I'm doing is just taking a Post-it note. I'm really just needing the sticky part of it, and I am covering everything up. I didn't cover that up, but hopefully I don't have any issues getting color there. So what I was thinking, if I took a clear block and put just part of it in the ink pad to get some ink on that. And I did this earlier on a project when I probably used the stencils, and I got talking, and when I used the Misty Moonlight, I just got way too much ink on there. I cleaned it with the alcohol wipes, so all of that's in a previous video day 5, I believe. What I'm going to try is to just tap a little bit just on the very end of the bristles, go to the clear part of the block, tap it off, and then tap it on. Then go back to the clear part where I just have a little bit of ink because I want a soft color. Crushed curry is a darker yellow, kind of a golden color, which is not bad, but I just want a soft pastel color. So what I'm trying to do is just use the very ends of the bristles, tap it into the ink on the block, dab it off on the clean part of the block, and when I need to get more, I'm just going to reach over here and get more. So let's see, I think this is working out okay. So do you see, I just have, can you see that in the camera? I just have light yellow. That's exactly what I wanted. I want to show versatility of whatever color ink pads you work with. You are able to get some versatility. So I'm going to carefully remove these. I should be able to reuse these. And goodness, it depends on how sticky they are, right? They're pretty sticky. So I have 3 colors to work with. So what I'm going to do is just take off the Post-it notes and just be really careful. This die cut is beautiful and it's very fragile. It appears to be fragile. I just don't want to damage anything. So I am really happy with how I did that. Proud of myself. I did not make a prototype of this card, so we will be doing it all together here. I think I can reuse those Post-it notes, but see, that was my goal, to just get the color on that one flower. So I think I can repurpose these. So now what I'm going to do is cover up the area around the pink flower. And this is a little bit more challenging, I think, because the flower is bigger and it's, well, you know what, I could probably, well, I'm gonna just do this. So let's see, is there a sticky part to that? And so you're going to see, I'm going to finish this from beginning to end. So let's see if it's going to work out. I actually need to cover quite a bit of this up. And if I could, maybe I could slip underneath some of these petals, right? Go underneath them. There, that would work out perfect. And then just cover up that greenery. So let's grab another Post-it note. I'm tearing off that non-sticky section. And all right, that was a good idea. I'll go underneath the petal. Maybe I can do that right here too. Over the tulip, underneath the petals. And that worked out good. That's a good solution. So we got a flower or a leaf right there. And if it's not like perfect, the person I give this card to, I think they're going to be okay with it. So let's give this a try. Now we're going to go pretty in pink. So I started with the lightest color. Now I'm going to go, and there's a toss-up, right? Is the yellow lighter than the pink? I think it is. I am just going to dry this brush off. Use my hand, be okay with it. Just slightly tap it in the pink color. go to the clear block. I grabbed a clean block. If you don't have a second block, just rinse it off and dry it off. So now I'm going to tap on here and get a pink flower. So it might have just a dab of yellow in it. I'm going to be okay with that. I think it's just going to be just fine. So now also I could grab a blending brush, I could grab a sponge dauber, I could grab a blending brush, many different ways to color these in. You could color them in with blends, but I am sticking to minimal supplies. And let's just cover up that tulip, just to be safe there. And let's see, do I want these flowers a little bit darker? I'm going to get a little bit more ink on here, and then now I might have them too dark, but you know what, that's okay. They can be multicolor here. So that's how I'm going to do the flowers. So now we have flowers are all colored. Now the greenery. I think what I'm going to do with the greenery is just go one section at a time. So I'm going to put this away. I'm done with this. Take that, clean that afterwards, grab another block. I'm going to do Old Olive. Look at all these. That's okay. I got a friend, Wanda, gave me some Post-it notes, so we're good on this. So I think what I'll do is just go a section at a time and cover up just that part of the flower. Get my Old Olive here, and I'm not cleaning the brush off. Doesn't seem to be coming off. So now I can put it in here. Maybe I'll just do this. When I'm all done, I'm going to take it to the sink, rinse it off, and it's going to be good. So I want this to be fairly light, so I'm going to tap it off and tap it on here. So I am just adding some color here. It's going to be a little variegated, a little light and dark. Now I'm done with that section, so I can just go over here, work my way this way, cover that up, add some color there. So I have that section done. And then I'm going to go over here. I'm going to move it out of that ink pile over there. I'm going to do that. I'll cover that up. Start over here, tap the ink on, and I can work my way over this way. I have a little bit of white space there. I could be okay with that. Let's see, I could maybe fix it as well. So cover up that white spot. I hope you've been enjoying these videos. I am on day 12. I can't believe it. It's been challenging. It's been fun. Some of my videos have lots of oopses in them, but those are learning lessons. Then we know next time what we might do different. All of that is good. Appreciate the nice comments I've gotten. I just haven't had time to reply. But I appreciate the nice comments. All right, just a little bit left here. So I'm going to start over here next. I'm going to grab some new ones. Creating quite a mess over here. That's all right though. Well, let's just start with the new one. I don't need them to be very big. Let's try that. And let's try this. And I'll get another one. So let's just cover up all of the flowers, just expose the greenery there, and tap on the ink, trying to get it semi-light. Granny Apple Green would have been a good color too for this. I'm totally fine with the Old Olive. I'm trying not to put it too dark and get that spot there. Still have a white spot there. Should I be good with it or should I try one more time? I'll try one more time. I'm going to be good with it. This is a little time consuming, but I do know the person, whoever I give this card to, they're going to appreciate the extra effort. So let's cover up that petal, get some ink on here, tap it on. I'm good with that side. I can go over here. I'm going to cover up. I'll cover it up this way first. Then this way. And then this way. All right. Last little bit here. And I have everything colored, and I am very happy with how it turned out. So let me show it on the white. Look at how pretty that is. So I'm really happy with how that turned out. So I can clean all of this later. That is some of the stamping I'm going to do. There is more stamping I want to do, but let me bring in the pieces. So for this card, I want to keep it really just delicate. I'm going to just put that right in the center. I want it outlined. I do have my card base. As I mentioned, I'm sticking with Basic White. This is from that packet. So what I did was I cut a Basic White that is 1/4 inch bigger in width and height. And I'm going to take the Pretty in Pink. And I'm going to take the cupcake stamp, the icing of the cupcake. I did this earlier, and then I just decided to do it again just to show you how I'm going to do this. I am going to create a colored border by stamping this stamp along the perimeter of this layer, and just keep going around. And it's going to allow me to add color to this layer. I do have Pretty in Pink cardstock, but I already mentioned that I'm trying to honor where I am, just using Basic White cardstock. So this is a way to add color to your project. So that's going to be a layer there. That's going to pop out that color. It's a little bit darker than those flowers. I just didn't get them as dark. But I also think there's a little bit of yellow maybe in there, but I'm good with that. And then I cut another one that's 3.5 by 4.5. This one will go underneath, and ahead of time, I already put the Old Olive on there. So that's going to bring a couple layers of color to the card. So I'm happy with that. So now I'm done stamping. I'll clean my stamps and my blocks later and clean my brush. So I'm going to move the grid paper and bring in my silicone, or bring in my, I am going to bring in my silicone craft mat because I need to use that. I'm actually going to turn it over just because the ink is on the other side. I probably should have had a wipe over here to, anyway, so I don't want ink to get on these pieces. So I'm going to take the smaller of the layer, put adhesive on that, adhere it to the next layer, and look at opposite corners and go with that. I maybe could have went with the 1/8 of an inch border around here to make it really delicate, but this is totally okay. As I mentioned, learning lessons, right? You make a card and then you look at it and say, well, next time I make this card, I am going to do something different. So now what I'm going to do is take this, just adhere it to my card base right in the center like this. And remember, I had some issues with lining things up. I think I'm good with that. We'll go good with that. Now this is going to go right here in the center. Loving how that looks. Now to attach this, what I'm going to do is turn it upside down on my silicone craft mat. I'm going to take my multi-purpose liquid glue, and I used to dedicate a sponge dauber to my liquid glue. Now what I do is I just open the other end. This other end has a dispenser part on it, but I never use it like that. I'm going to use this just to go from grabbing the glue from here and tapping it onto my element that I want to attach. Now, I don't use the liquid glue too often. I have used it probably more in this series than I have for a while because I typically put too much on. Now I did learn something. If you put too much on here and you feel that it's going to ooze when you go and attach it to your project, just give it a moment to dry a little bit. Now this is multi-purpose liquid glue because it works like there's two ways to use it. While it's still wet, it will bond, permanent bond your paper to paper, cardstock to cardstock, etc. But if you let it totally dry, it's tacky like a Post-it note. So you can have a temporary adhesive. But I didn't put it on too thick. I don't think I have to wait too long. And how do I want to attach this? I'm going to attach it like this. I'm going to attempt to put it kind of in the center here. And tap that on. So this multi-liquid glue when it's still wet, hasn't dried yet, you can reposition it. But I mean, I'm good with that. I think this turned out really nice. A couple things I've been thinking I could do with it. Now we have the baker's twine. We've got we've got a spool that has Misty Moonlight, and then we have this. It's kind of like maybe strawberry slush, and I just don't want it to be striped for my project. So I'm going to show you what you can do. You can cut it. I'm going to make a big bow. You can take the end and fray it so you find the colored, the individual colored string. Let's see if I can do that. There it is. And just hold on to this, pull it out. You remove the colored one. Now I just have white baker's twine. It's missing a thread. Only you and I know that. I can make my big bow. I want a big bow that just attaches here and goes down. Maybe trim a little bit off of it. And how do I want to attach it? I might just put a dab of glue on here. And then, let's see, can I pick that knot up with my take your pick tool? I sure can. And then put it right on that dab of glue, hold it down, get it to bond. Oops, that didn't work so well. Let's see, it wanted to pick up. Let's see. I probably did not put enough on there. I am going to take a mini glue dot. That's my go-to attaching a bow. I guess I got a little brave and tried something new on the video. Push it down on the mini glue dot, push all the excess adhesive underneath it. Oops, and take that. I want to attach that right here. That worked good. Now there's one more thing I thought about. I was thinking that the centers of these flowers, if I had pearls, I would put those in. We have iridescent pearls in the catalog, but we have this little bag of gems. And when I showed them, I think there's like 3 different little sequins. I'm thinking these smaller sequins would be really pretty right in the center of those flowers. We have beads, we have butterflies, we have all kinds of things in here. So I am going to see, there they are. So what I'm going to do is put a dab of glue in each one of these flowers. And then I'm going to take my, take your pick tool, pick up the little sequins that I want to put in here. They're just the little tiny ones. They're not tiny. They're not the biggest ones. And I got a wooden toothpick to help me get it off, and then push that in. And you know what? You and I might be the only people that know that it's even there. Let's see if it shows up. I probably have way too much adhesive, so I think I need them turned the other way. And oh, I have lots of adhesive there. That's gonna ooze out. I think that's a good idea to leave it there. It'll dry clear, right? There we go. And one more right here. Now the other thing that I thought was, this is so dainty, and I don't know, can you see just a little? Oh, I have one more, I forgot. So let's see, do I have one of them right here? Oh, they're attaching to my, the wooden toothpick. So let's get this one. There we go. So now I have the centers to all four of those flowers. I'm very happy with how that looks. Just adds a little bit of iridescent. Once that glue dries, it'll be good. Now I was wondering, how about this pretty little butterfly? Do I have more than one? I have two of them there. I'm going to attach this little butterfly. Now you get to see my thought process. I don't have a sentiment for this. Should the butterfly be in the wreath? You know what? Maybe I'll just put it on the wreath. I'll just put it right here. I'm only going to put one on. There's a few butterflies in there. There's not a lot. I only have two out of the package, but I just love these little embellishments and want to save the rest for a future project. So let's just put that butterfly just landing right here. Oh, goodness. All right. I think I just need to hold it, right? Because it's like a V, so you need to move it down to attach one of the wings. So I think I'm good with that. I like the card, very dainty. I'm not putting a sentiment on it because it can be a note for any occasion. And this was a fun card to create. I have a little bit of mess to clean up here, so I'm going to clean that up and I'll be right back. Before I cleaned up my workstation, I stamped an envelope to coordinate with the card, and then I grabbed all of the other cards that I've made so far using the 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar. I have oodles of supplies left. I can duplicate these cards. I can make lots of different cards. What I'm going to do is take all the photos, all the card sketches, all the measurements, put them into a PDF. I will be emailing that to my team, levels 1 through 3, along with emailing that to anybody who purchases the Advent calendar and selects me as their demonstrator. I hope you've enjoyed this video series. It's been fun. It's been a bit challenging. I've had lots of oopses throughout it, but those are learning lessons. And thank you for all the great comments that you've left on my videos. Appreciate all of you. Take care and happy creating.